All right. Let's see. Okay. So the music is kind of loud for me, but I think it's balanced. It's day 71, and I literally just made it by 1 minute to technically start my stream on today. Um, should be interesting. I literally did the most today. I went from um this morning, just kind of getting up and starting the day. And then I decided to just bite the bullet, rip off the band aid, and get my desk set up, which I did. It's not completely set up, nor am I on my normal like streaming setup right now. But since I have been streaming from my MacBook in the past, um, most of this challenge I was actually streaming from my MacBook. I had my MacBook kind of already set up to go because I didn't think about the fact that I have like a Ethernet disconnect from my PC. So my Ethernet cable was long enough for my PC where it was sitting before, but now I need like at least an extra 10 to 20 feet probably just to make it comfortable. So yeah, hopefully the stream will hold out for me today. I don't want to spend too much time, but I really felt like even though I had everything else going on, um, it took me a while, but um, I was able to get my desk all set up, and then I should say assembled. And then the other thing is, oh, I had a 4 hour session where I was working on some app development work for a company that I just started working with through an entrepreneurship organization here in Detroit called Tech Town. So I am working on an app, and we meet on Wednesdays for 4 hours. So yeah, I was literally like, I got my desk assembled just enough to at least be able to sit at it for my working session this evening. And then once I got done, I got a sit stand desk. So once I got done, the last thing I had to do was put the motor on. And then I moved my monitors. I have my PC over here. I have my Mac over here. I have my headphones and my mic over here too. For some reason, my mic wasn't really interested in working with me today. So that's okay. I had the lavalier mic on today. So hopefully it's fine. And yeah, hence me and these big old earbuds. But yeah, I'm halfway on the struggle bus and halfway off the struggle bus, so that's just that's where I am right now. But I'm excited. So I'm going to try to adjust the music because it's a little loud for me. But um, either way, I left off. Wow, this is how old my Khan Academy account is. My brothers my brothers are in here as my children. Um, I think I tried to get them to do some Khan Academy stuff when they were younger, but they're both really like grown now, like over 21. Um, how do I see my own courses? Learner home. What is happening? I don't want to personalize it. I'm an adult. I don't know. What if I don't want to do that? I don't have a choice. They did not make me do this before. This is really annoying, but like I already picked my classes and stuff. I don't want this. I just I just want to go back to my class page, courses, teacher dashboard, notification. Okay, I earned the badge, courses. I really don't want them to do this for me. That's really annoying, but it's okay. We're on college algebra. Then pre-calc is next, I think. I don't see calc 1 and calc 2. So differential, integral, multivariable. Where's linear? Oh. Okay, so this is where I was doing unit 1. So, and then I don't know how chat is doing today. Seems like Twitch chat might be showing up, but YouTube chat is always hit or miss, which sucks, but I'm working on it. All right, let's see. The other thing I wanted to do. Can I turn this down? Like, I'm into this music, but I just need it to be like quieter for me. You know what? To make my life easy, I think if I copy this, it just goes to the page directly. Yeah, I can control it from here now. Okay, that's better. All right, so other thing I need my notebook. I moved my stack of books. I need my notebook and my pencil. Okay. Let me do some work. So, don't even need that. I'm also starving, but depending on how long this takes, I might just eat once I get done. So yesterday I went through like equations with parentheses, distribution rule, equations with multiple types of solutions, the coordinate plane, and then I think I passed the Unit 1 quiz as well. But even though I did all that, it says I still have more in Unit 1, so I'm going to pick up here. Oh, maybe it's not counting. Okay, so I'm on multi-step here, so I'm gonna pick up on this one. So basically what I've been doing is, I don't watch all the videos. I'll probably watch the first video. I might skip it if I feel like I already know what's going on, but it's inequality, so I think there's a couple rules about inequalities that I'm probably rusty on, so I am going to watch the video, but I probably won't watch the solutions. I'll just watch the video, then I'll go and do the questions, the practice questions, and continue on, and we'll see if I can get through the recipes tonight. I don't know, but that's my goal for right now. And then I don't want to try to bring up Discord right now or Notion, but I did put this is the URL for the Discord. Oh, it doesn't really show on screen. Discord.gg/M9 capital DBB94. So that way, if you do want to join Discord, you can use that link. And we have, I put all of the courses that I'm going to take on Khan Academy. I put all the math courses on the AI/ML Hub. So that is linked in the AI/ML channel as well. Just because since I'm not on my PC, when I'm streaming and then I try to open Discord on my Mac, it just turns into a whole fiasco. So I'm not even going to do that today. But the link to all of these courses that I'm taking is inside of the AI/ML channel, in the pinned Notion board. And then on YouTube, I will put it in the description. I'll put it in the video description. Okay, so let's just start in here. I might just leave the music as like background music, and so I can still hear them. And I'm gonna try not to wake baby boy up because he was tripping today.
We're asked to solve for p, and we have the inequality here. Negative 3p minus 7 is less than p plus 9. So what we really want to do is isolate the p on one side of this inequality, and preferably the left. That just makes it a little bit easier to read. It doesn't have to be, but we just want to isolate the p. So a good step to that is to get rid of this p on the right-hand side, and the best way I can think of doing that is subtracting p from the right. But of course, if we want to make sure that this inequality is always going to be true, if we do anything to the right, we also have to do that to the left. So we also have to subtract p from the left. And so the left-hand side, negative 3p minus p, that's negative 4p, and then we still have a minus 7 up here, is going to be less than p minus p. Those cancel out. It is less than 9. Now, the next thing I'm in the mood to do is get rid of this negative 7, or this minus 7 here, so that we can better isolate the p on the left-hand side. So the best way I can think of to get rid of a negative 7 is to add 7 to it. Then it'll just cancel out to 0. So let's add 7 to both sides of this inequality. Negative 7 plus 7 cancel out. All we're left with is negative 4p. On the right-hand side, we have 9 plus 7 is 16. And it's still less than. Now the last step to isolate the p is to get rid of this -4 coefficient. And the easiest way I can think of to get rid of this -4
When
coefficient is
you,
to divide both sides by negative.
I think when you divide by a negative number, you have to flip the equality, right? That's the main thing. I'm trying to remember like all the rules because I used to literally like be so good at math, but this is like old skills for me.
-4. So if we divide this side by -4, these guys are going to cancel out. We're just going to be left with p. We also have to do it to the right-hand side. Now there's one thing that you really have to remember, since this is an inequality. This is not an equation. If you're dealing with an inequality, and if you multiply or divide both sides of the equation by a negative number, you have to swap the inequality. So in this case, the less than becomes greater than, since we're dividing by a negative number. And so -4 divided by -4, those cancel out. We have p is greater than 16 divided by -4, which is -4. And we can plot this solution set right over here, and then we can try out some values to help us feel good about
Wait,
the
did
idea
he
of it
say
working.
dividing or
So let's say
multiplying?
this is -5, -4, -3,
Excuse me.
-2, 1, -1, I should say, 0. Let me write that a little bit neater. -1, 0, and then we can keep going to the right. And so our solution is p is not greater than or equal, so we have to exclude -4. P is greater than -4, so all the values above that. So -3.9999999 will work, -4 will not work. Now let's just try some values out to feel good that this is really the solution set. So first let's try out when p is equal to -3. This should work. The way I've drawn it, this is in our solution set. P equals -3 is greater than -4. So let's try that out. We have -3 times -3. This is the first -3 is this one, and then we're saying p is -3. Minus 7 should be less than, instead of a p, we're going to put a -3, should be less than -3 plus 9. -3 times -3 is 9. Minus 7 should be less than -3 plus 9 is 6. 9 minus 7 is 2. 2 should be less than 6, of which, of course, it is. Now let's try a value that definitely should not work. So let's try -5. -5 is not in our solution set, so it should not work. So we have -3 times -5 minus 7. Let's see whether it is less than -5 plus 9. -3 times -5 is 15.
Anything
Minus 7, this is true. 5 is equal to 5. No. So it satisfies the related equation, but it should not.
With parentheses, what difference do it make? It's still just distribute like normal, right? Pretty sure. If I struggle with the practice questions, I'll go back. But I think I know how to do these. 4x plus 4 less than or equal to 9x plus. Reduce any fractions. Don't round. Don't round and don't use mixed fractions. That just triggered me. I never liked putting in math solutions online when I was in college because it would be kind of iffy, but we're gonna see how Khan does. 4x plus 4. 5x. Okay, but they said don't round, and I can't use mixed fractions. But this is exact, so I should be able to. Excuse me. Why is it doing that? I could just do it this way, I guess. 4 divided by 5. Oh, that's not right. How do I show my solution? I done turned it into I turned it into an inequality. I mean, I turned it into a regular solution. How do I put like, let's see, x is greater than or equal to it looks so weird. Okay, I gotta be careful with my answers, but I don't think I get credit when I get it wrong, even if I get it right the second time. Yeah, see, they're trying to throw me off, but that's 38, right? T is less than 30. This is gonna work. Yeah, okay. That's better. Okay. I don't I need to refresh on this a little bit, I think.
Solve for z. 5z plus 7 is less than 27, or negative 3z is less than or equal to 18. So this is a compound inequality. We have two conditions here. So z can satisfy this, or z can satisfy this over here. So let's just solve each of these inequalities and just know that z can satisfy either of them. So let's just look at this. So if we look at just this one over here, we have 5z plus 7 is less than 27. Let's isolate the z's on the left-hand side. So let's subtract 7 from both sides to get rid of this 7 on the left-hand side. And so our left-hand side is just going to be 5z plus 7 minus 7. Those cancel out. 5z is less than 27 minus 20. Sorry, 27 minus 7 is 20. So we have 5z is less than 20. Now we can divide both sides of this inequality by 5. And we don't have to swap the inequality because we're dividing by a positive number. And so we get z is less than 20 over 5. Z is less than 4. Now this was only one of the conditions. Let's look at the other one over here. We have negative 3z is less than or equal to 18. Now to isolate the z, we could just divide both sides of this inequality by negative 3. But remember, when you divide both or multiply both sides of an inequality by a negative number, you have to swap the inequality. So we could write this negative 3z, we're going to divide it by negative 3, and then you have 18, we're going to divide it by negative 3. But we're going to swap the inequality. So the less than or equal will become greater than or equal to. And so these guys cancel out. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 is 1. So we have z is greater than or equal to 18 over negative 3 is negative 6. And remember, it's this constraint or this constraint. And this constraint right over here boils down to this. And this one boils down to this. So our solution set, z is less than 4 or z is greater than or equal to negative 6. So let me make this clear. Let me rewrite it. So z could be less than 4 or z is greater than or equal to negative 6. It can satisfy either one of these. And this is kind of interesting here, because let's plot these.
Negative
Let's
6
plot these. So there's
is less
a
than or
number
equal to
line
z is less
right
than
over
4.
there. Let's say that 0 is over here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 is right over there. And then negative 6, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's negative 6 over there. Now, let's think about z being less than 4. Z being less than 4, we would put a circle around 4 since we're not including 4. And it would be everything less than 4. Everything less than 4. Now let's think about what z being greater than or equal to negative 6 would mean. That means you can include negative 6 and it's everything. Let me do that a different color.
But
It
this
means
is
you
an
can
or, so
include
is it
negative
just
6.
everything that's
I
less
want
than
to do
4?
that. Here we go. It means you include negative 6. Let me do even a more different color. Do it in orange. So z is greater than or equal to negative 6. It means you can include negative 6, and it's everything greater than that. Greater than that. Including 4. So it's everything
Oh, so then
greater
this
than that.
technically would be
So what we see is we've
everything.
essentially shaded in the entire number line. Every number will meet either one of these constraints or both of them. If we're over here, we're going to meet both of the constraints. If we're one of these if we're a number out here, we're going to meet this constraint. If we're a number down here, we're going to meet this constraint. You can just try it
Right.
out with a bunch of numbers. 0 will work. 0 plus 7 is 7, which is less than 27, and 3 times 0 is less than 18. So it meets both constraints. If we put 4 here, it should only meet one of the constraints. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12, which is less than 18. So it meets this constraint, but it won't meet this constraint, because you do 5 times 4 plus 7 is 27, which is not less than 27. It's equal to 27. But remember, this is an or. So you just have to meet one of the constraints. So 4
So
meets this
literally any
constraint, so
number.
even 4 works. So it's really the entire number line will satisfy either one or both of these constraints.
Wait, is that how they're going to do the solutions for compounds?
Solve for y. We have 3y plus 7 is less than 2y.
All right, let's see. Compound. Oh, I guess the other video was an and video, but I think I get the gist of it. Um, so x is less than 3 and x is greater than 2. X is greater than 2 and less than 3. That's this one right here. Let's see, can I do this over here? Kind of short on space. Like 12x plus 7 is less than negative 11. Or 5x minus 8 is greater than 40. Thing about math is, especially like algebra and stuff, is remembering to pay attention to the details. 12x X is less than negative 18 over 12, which is negative negative 3 over 2. 5x greater than 48. Okay, so x is less than negative 3/2, or x is greater than 48 over 5. That should be right. Okay. Wait, I was streaming yesterday, right? Oh yeah, okay. I had my chair and everything yesterday, but I just was at a different desk. It feels so nice to actually have a real chair again. This is the same chair I had for like years now, but it was not here at my house. I had to go get a bunch of stuff that I was storing at a friend's house, and so I finally had my chair back. Hence why I also felt like it was time for me to go ahead and get my desk together. See. Negative 9x plus 5 less than 17. Sad part is my room is a hot mess, but that part will get better. Let's see. So 5 minus 17 is less than 9x. Okay. Wait. Oh, I did that wrong. That's why this is 26. That's negative 26. Negative 2. This is an and. So, okay, so I got x is greater than negative x is greater than negative 4/3.